You made your first investment when you were 11 years old?
In 1942, 80 years ago, I took $114.75, every penny I'd saved, and I bought 3 shares of City Service.
Feels so natural to be in zero G. It was really interesting. And then what people talk about, the overview effect and seeing Earth from space, I had that feeling very powerfully. I think everyone did. You see how fragile the Earth is. If you're not an environmentalist, it will make you one. The great Jim Lovell quote, he looked back at the Earth from space and he said he realized you don't go to heaven when you die, you go to heaven when you're born. And it's just, that's the feeling that people get when they're in space. You see all this blackness, all this nothingness, and there's one gem of life, and it's Earth.
The first way you understand risk is you look in the mirror. Yeah. It's who's looking back at you. You're the risk, not the investment. For example, I invest in a lot of real estate and say, oh, real estate is so risky, so I think I'll buy ETFs. So you play it safe, but you'll learn more by investing in real estate, right? Because you'll make more mistakes.
Yeah.
So that's the difference there. So it's not real estate that's risky, it's you're risky.
Yeah, and sometimes it's ironic because I think about it like, so blindly turning your money away to someone you barely know isn't risky. Or let's say, I don't know, maybe just depending on this job where your employer can fire you any day isn't risky either. It makes you think a little, what truly is risky for you?
Yeah.
How do you define it?
And you look at all the pensions of the school teachers, firefighters, and all the guys with 401ks. They're all bankrupt because Wall Street stole their money from them.
So the money that you make is a function of both the hit rate and the risk to reward, and most of us just think about the hit rate. So 3 things. Now, if you do a search on the internet, if that's a margin call, don't take it, okay? Don't take it. Just ignore it completely. A margin call is what happens, folks, when you run out of loot. And lads from GT are going to phone you here and say, more money or we close the whole bloody lot. Okay. So if you get a call, just don't take it.
So the reason I say only lazy people use their own money is because it takes much more intelligence to raise capital. And so I've never been able, ever since my rich dad was a little boy, my rich dad forbade me from ever saying, I can't afford it. He says, figure out how you can afford it. How can you do something? Figure out how you can do something. So over my lifetime, most of the projects I've started, I've never had any money. I like not having money because it forces me to think. I get creative. I have to educate myself. I have to talk to rich guys. Hey, how'd you do this? How'd you do that? How'd you do that? And what has happened to me, and I just turned 72, I've never needed money. Because if I need money, I figure out how to raise it.